What's happening,
What's
everybody? Welcome back. It is Woe Daddy back in action with Mr. Saucy here, and we got
the
Kakashi
action
ink going on the paint.
Yep.
And we got AC Cookie Monster. Whee!
Man.
And tonight we are checking out Kanao Tsuyuri.
Yep.
And that was suggested by Silly Brandon.
Yep, from Demon Slayer.
Right there, and oh, look at that. That's Zenitsu.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in any of the videos recently because I've only
yeah.
watched so much of it. But as far as I know, she's got butterflies. She slays demons.
There's a lot of butterflies in Demon Slayer.
She looks like a stereotypical Asian schoolgirl.
I just saw somebody.
Oh my goodness. So it should be a really pretty and intense.
Yep.
Any other word to describe it?
In the garden?
No.
Get into the creation station and check it out! Okay, welcome back to the creation station. Tonight we are drawing Kanao Tsuyuri, and we are going to be working in landscape style. And the reason we're doing this is portrait style, is because we're going to be working on a portrait. And I have been working with my students recently about drawing a nice big face. And so my biggest tip, and this is your Road Daddy tip, is like pick somewhere near the middle and start with your nose, okay? Now, this is gonna get evolved as we get in. So if we go with our nose right here, Kanao Tsuyuri really just has like two little nostril bits right there. And then there's typically a little shadow on the side to show her nose going up. So that's it. That's pretty much the nose. So the reason we're doing this is because you're going to build your way out and you're going to end up with most of the face, all of the face, a little bit of extra, maybe not enough room, but that's fun because we don't have to have some big end goal in mind and have it all perfect. We're just going to build until we run out of room. And that's the real excitement of it. It's like going on a journey. You know, you're going to try to do as much as you can. Maybe not everything, maybe more. So our eyes are going to be a little bit over, and the Demon Slayer style is really going to come out here. So we're going to give a little bit of space, and we're going to sort of spread out. It kind of looks like a windowsill. Okay, so there's a very architectural style going on here. And I guess that you would say that this is like an eyelid. Okay, so the way it's going to work is that we're going to have this kind of glass-looking shape, slightly going outward, maybe a little higher there, and then we're going to have this nice curved roof. Maybe I could have attenuated the curve a little more there. Okay, so I'm going to start a little bit thinner, and get kind of thick. I'm going to stay the thickness about like that. Just going to go ahead and fill that in real quick. I could go back and use my broad tip, but it's not a very large space. All right, almost looks like a lantern. And then there's this kind of like sunset happening right here. It's just kind of like that. Kind of comes up, real pleasant. Now, if we were to get the color, you would get the full effect, but once we get the full picture, you'll kind of feel what's going on. So we're going to take our other side, and we're going to kind of move over a little bit, and we're going to get this sort of bottom, like windowsill kind of structure going on. So we're mimicking what's going on, and we're working our way up like a piece of glass or like a lantern. We're going to try to curve this one a little bit more. That's a little bit better. All right. I'm going to try to widen it out on this side a little bit. And then here, I'll show you the other side. We'll just kind of get this tip in here. Okay. All right, so not perfectly identical, but fairly close. And then we're going to get this little kind of sunset kind of look coming out. All right, I'm just going to kind of go a little more up and down with that. It's okay if it's a little thicker and darker, and plus it matches the other side better. All right, and then I'm assuming that this is the eyebrow. All right, it goes up and down. Eyebrows are a key part to any figure. You want to make sure you try to get them accurate. They can really make or break your character depending on who it is. And then we're going to leave a little bit of space, and we're going to put, it's kind of like a semi-smile, not huge. Go up just a little bit more, and then we're going to kind of go up, down, and make just a little open mouth like that. So there's just kind of like this happy kind of, I'm hungry kind of smile. I'm going to leave a little bit of space, and we're going to kind of come down and across and to a nice point. And we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. We're going to leave a little bit of space and kind of just sort of come right in there. And it's okay if they don't overlap. So maybe if you're really concerned, you want to do that in pencil. I'm happy with it. All right, so maybe it shows a little notion of chin right there. All right, the second big Demon Slayer style Kimetsu Yaiba no Yaiba. All right, we're gonna have like these locks of hair that look like a long strand of like a paper lantern, okay? And they tend to be like, they kind of like cut strips of paper. And sometimes they sort of separate out. Sometimes they're a lot closer together. Sometimes they overlap, but it's always got this kind of like square look. It doesn't really look like individual strands of hair, but rather large bunches of hair that have been cut to a matching length, followed by something maybe a little bit longer, shorter, or parted over differently, with a longer length in between, a little bit of movement to it. We have something like that. We're gonna have a little piece kind of coming out. And coming out again, sort of like that. Coming down again. We're gonna kind of go across, up, out, up. And then this last one is gonna kind of, oh, we run out of room. Now right about here, a little butterfly in our hair, and we really can't do without that butterfly. That's a key feature here, so we're gonna get a butterfly up and then kind of coming down, a butterfly, up, down, up. All right, and it has kind of like this crossing pattern here. All right, we have kind of like that coming across, and then just a little butterfly action there. And there's sort of like a little bit of a roundness to the pattern around the edge. Sort of like so, maybe a little bit on the bottom, a little something here. Okay, then we are gonna come around with one little strand, and then we're gonna go back up, and we're gonna come all the way down like this. Very big strand. We're gonna just kind of stop there. So we're gonna have an ear coming out. All right, and there's gonna be this little kind of particular thin strand that comes over the ears. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna color that up. Kind of like a girl sideburn, I like to call it. It's not really a sideburn, it just sticks out over your ears. Kind of cute. All right, and then we're gonna have one kind of coming behind, tucking in like that, and then we're just gonna bring this line up a little bit. All right, we're gonna get to the other part in a minute. I don't know if I really want to color in all this here yet. I think I'm going to do like bits and pieces of it just to make my work stand out, because we are going black and white tonight. And you at Road Daddy might be asking me, hey, you usually do all your Demon Slayers full color? Well, I had some inspiration walking around tonight, seeing some alternate color scheme for some popular animes at the local shopping mall. And so I'm inspired to just do this chestnut brown tonight. And if I do decide to go back and add color, I'm thinking I might go pop art with it, make like some small copies and have a little bit of fun with it. in that regard. So on this side, not really a strand hanging over. We're just gonna see it on the butterfly end. Okay, so I would have liked to include the whole thing. I only got so much, but we still got a glimpse of it. So that is okay. Now, just at the edge of the eyes, we're gonna bring a neck down. All right, just at the edge, right about here. We're gonna bring the neck down. And then her collar is gonna come nice and tight inside, over and down, and then straight through the middle and down. We're gonna make a matching collar on the other side and make this one a little bit longer. All right, so maybe she's leaning more in one direction than the other, but there, once we draw the whole thing, it kind of comes together. All right, and then we're gonna go down a little bit on the shoulders, and she's got this pretty cool robe. The robe has a little tie over here. So we're gonna start with that section, and we're just gonna sort of work the top of it in, okay? And we're gonna do this little ribboned area, and we're gonna kind of do a ribbon like this, nice and tight, ribbon like that, and then a little bottom section, part of the ribbon coming down, and part of the ribbon coming down. All right, and then what we're gonna do is we are gonna come kind of right across here, up to the shoulder with this sort of robe. And we're gonna do a little fold in the fabric. So however you decide to draw the shoulder, kind of like that, show a little fold in the fabric. All right, you can show a little fold in the fabric. And maybe down here, a little fold in the fabric. Maybe a little line down there for a little bit more. All right, and then we're gonna have kind of an opening. Sort of, we're gonna right about here. All right, kind of near the middle. And then we're gonna come out and down. Gonna get a nice little fold in the fabric and a little something close to that edge. So that is pretty much it for our entire drawing. Now, what I'm gonna do for the hair is I'm just gonna do like a simple touch. So I like the broad tip of this marker because then I can go back and I can sort of add some streaks, and I'm trying to make them long for the long sections, curved for the curved sections. All right, maybe a little cone in there. Maybe a little thicker for the front sections. Okay, that matches very well. All right, we're just kind of moving with our line here with some deliberate attention and an even number of strokes. All right, and that makes our work look very intentional, not like we're just kind of scribbling all over the place. All right, so maybe I go back and just kind of tighten up the top a little bit. You know, maybe I want to draw attention to the side, how it's a little bit different. So, Kanao Tsuyuri, we're gonna have to go ahead and flip it over. I like Kanao, such a cool name. Kind of a name for intensity. Tsuyuri. Just get it in there. All right. So there is our drawing. We'll get a little signature, little deuce in there. And that is tonight's drawing. So if you want to leave any suggestions in the comments, like and subscribe if you're interested. And a suggestion I'd like to hear is tell me something really cool about Kanao and what colors would you do. Have a great night, everyone. Never stop drawing.